And we're live.
Use this microphone.
Oh, we're live.
Rebecca,
Okay.
we're live.
Hey, well
Virtually
then.
Connecting Workshop.
Are you seeing? Are you seeing the presentation?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Should I plug this in?
I think they're just making an announcement. Yes, please.
Is that going to give us feedback?
No, I shouldn't give us feedback. You guys. Okay, so you're plugged in. Do you want to say just something really quick, Maha, to test the audio?
This is Mahabali from Cairo, Egypt. Is it working?
There we go. Say something again.
This is Mahabali from Cairo, Egypt.
Okay, keep speaking.
Keep speaking. Okay, so I'm just talking here.
That's it.
I can hear myself. Yeah, okay.
We have audio. Okay, we're going to close the door in a minute as we get started. So if one of my helpers here wants to go, and there's a few people sitting just outside the room and a few people coming in and out of the room, and we are about to get started.
I can't see your screen right now.
You can't see my screen?
Nope. Can anybody else see it?
I'm just going to make sure that it's sharing again.
I can see it now.
Share screen.
I can see it now. Yeah, I could see it just before I saw you now. I like your necklace.
Right. Thank you. It was me. I got it in Ghana, of all places.
Oh, really?
It was handmade in Ghana. Okay.
So you were sharing the screen. I don't know what was wrong. Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, that's okay. We can't. My screen just went blank. Okay. We are going to get started here. So here we're going to talk in this presentation. We're going to talk about virtually connecting. Almost virtually connecting. I am Rebecca Hogue. I'm one of the co-founders of Virtually Connecting with Mahabali, and in addition, to her, with me, we have Whitney Kilgore and Autumn Keynes, and we are going to talk to you about Virtually Connecting. So first of all, Virtually Connecting started off back in April of this year, so hard to believe it was only 6 months ago, actually 7 months ago, as a little thing between Maha and myself at a conference called ET for Online, Emerging Technologies for Online Learning. And I will let, there's a quick little video clip here where Maha explains sort of
started that I had a few conference presentations accepted at the ET4 online conference in April in Texas, and I couldn't go, and I was really, really upset about it, and I was whining to everybody about that. And then Rebecca offered to be my buddy on site over there and to start doing that. And it started out that it was just something personal between me and her. It was very selfish, really. I just wanted to meet everyone who was there, and Rebecca offered, and we had never, ever met synchronously on video before. I had never heard her voice or seen her face moving except like in a recording. But then we started to prepare for it, and as we started doing that, we realized that if we did Google Hangout that was live streamed, it would actually be easier technically for me, not because we wanted to share it with people originally. And then we realized that we were making other people happy. Other people were enjoying this connection. Other people like me who had children who couldn't travel, or who didn't have the funds to travel, had this opportunity to meet with people on site. And it was more fun, I think, than, I had access virtually to watch the conference sessions and to tweet, but I didn't have an opportunity to actually talk to the people on site until Rebecca offered to do this for me. And when we finished it, people started asking us, including Lisa, who's with you in the room, started asking us to just expand it beyond just one conference, and we've been doing that.
So that's just a quick clip where Maha explained it from her perspective. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my perspective of virtually connecting. That screen didn't switch. So for me, I was the person that was going to site, but at ET for Online, I actually didn't know that many people. I knew a few people, but not really a lot of people. Maha knew a lot of people. And so for me, it was actually an opportunity to get to know people, but it also brought me out of my shell a bit. There's no need to be shy in social situations and stuff like that, because of course there were all these people that Maha knew that were then coming to approach me to talk to Maha, or we'd sort of set up different things, and that's sort of where Virtually Connecting started. Shortly after ET for Online, we changed our name from ET for Buddy to Virtually Connecting, and the purpose really here is to enliven the
go ahead. You can keep talking.
virtual conference presentation. Oh, No,
Keep
see,
talking.
I was afraid you were going to do that. You took my screen away from me.
Look that way.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, just keep talking. We're good. I'm gonna fix this.
Oh, is there a problem? Yeah, so it really is to change that virtual presentation, the virtual experience, to try and actually make it a two-way connection. And I remember having a conversation very early on regarding this conference with David Cormier, when we were trying to figure out sort of what is unique about virtually connecting. And one of the biggest sort of things was that it provides actually a two-way conversation. So rather than just having somebody present and have people online watching the presentation, there's also the opportunity for dialogue. And so next we're going to do is we're going to share some of the principles. So over the last 6 months, I think we've sort of evolved. And we're going to show some of the principles, or talk to you about some of the principles that we have come to I guess, best explain what virtually connecting is sort of all about.
We can't see your screen anymore, Rebecca. We saw it for a second, and it says that you're sharing your desktop, but I'm not seeing it.
No problem.
Keep going and work that out.
Oh, but it's going because I don't know what I'm going to talk to when what I'm going to say is disappeared by the screen. Sorry.
Yeah, one moment. Let's see if we can get this back up.
Did that work in? Okay, so we're motivated by a desire to improve the virtual conference experience for those who cannot be there for a variety of different reasons. Financial is just one of them. There's actually a lot of logistical reasons why some people can't come to conferences, especially women with children. Or actually men with young children who have to be there for family members, or students who just don't have budgets as well as necessarily the ability to travel. And so that, okay, I didn't put my name on too many of these. The next one is actually not mine, because you were talking to inclusion.
No, I'm talking to
conversations.
Oh, that seems.
We're in the wrong place. Yeah, this is for this one. It must be because you were talking to this one.
So the haystack?
You were talking to the principle of inclusion.
Okay. Hi. How you guys doing? I'm on Gaines. I've been with Virtually Connecting for a couple of months now, and the principle of inclusion. So, I mean, we try to include others as best that we can, but inclusion can be elusive, and we're always looking for more ways to include other people. So one of the things that I talk to sometimes is how I got included in this group. And so I was at a hippie concert festival thing, right? And I was camping. It was one of those kind of things with my friends. And I happened to be on my mobile device. And I happened to be looking at Twitter, and Maha pointed out that they were getting ready to do one of these things, and she wanted to know if I wanted to be a part of it. And so actually it started because I favorited her call. She just sent out like a general call, and I favorited it. And then she took it to the next level, though. She reached out to me, and she said, "Do you want to be a part of this?" And I said, "Well, I would. I'd love to be a part of it because I'm an ed tech geek, right? And even though I'm at this hippie concert, I'd really like to take 10 minutes out, 20 minutes out, and have a conversation about this. But you know, I'm at this thing, and I don't know if I can do it." And so she said, "You can do it. I know you're on a mobile device right now, but there's an app for that." And she, kind of walked me through some of that stuff, and I happened to find a place to kind of find a little bit of quiet time where I could do that and kind of plug in a place that had some Wi-Fi, and I was able to participate. And so that's how it kind of started for me, just as a participant. So that's, I think, an example of how we try to reach out and try to get people to participate. But it is kind of elusive because, I mean, it's kind of that down of how do you include when you've only got space for 10 people, right? And so we are always looking for more viewpoints about how we can do better on that, and so yeah, pass it to Whit.
All right, so I'm so excited to talk about conversations because this is the whole reason I like to come to conferences. Because I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to you, right? I mean, isn't that the best part? Is we get a chance to network with each other, and we hear about the edgiest, coolest things that people are working on. That's the whole reason I want to be there, right? And if I can't attend a conference, but I can plug in into the coolest people that are telling the really cool stories, then I get what I want out of the whole experience. So really, it's all about the conversation, and I love this picture. I don't know if you guys know who's in the picture. I mean, there you are,
Yeah.
right? And then Maha, who you'll see up on the screen later when we get the Google Hangout back up. And then that's Michael Bergman. And he is at CSU Channel Islands. I don't know, is Michelle there? There you are. And brilliant man, really, really kind and caring and thoughtful, and really tried to bring Maha into the conference. And so that was a very inclusive kind of thing, but due to family circumstances and other reasons, she wasn't able to attend. And this was the best possible way that she could get that really human connection to all of us on the ground. And it was a really life-changing experience. I can't explain it. My kids play music and send it to her now. You know, I mean, it's interesting. She's a part of our family. So, so I don't know who I'm just handing the microphone to next.
We're going to hand the microphone over to Maha to talk about volunteering.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry now.
Oh!
But yeah, so what's really beautiful about this is that what happened immediately after ET4 Online is that Whitney volunteered to be a buddy at another conference. And we had gotten feedback and we weren't sure if this was going to work, how we were going to go next. But Whitney volunteered, and then Andrea Wren, who's in the room, volunteered to do a haystack, and people started to volunteer to be on-site buddies all on their own. And so now we have so many volunteers and so many different roles working. So you can be a volunteer on-site buddy if you're at a conference. You can be a volunteer virtual buddy, like hosting hangouts like this one. You can write blog posts for us. There's some people who just help us set up the hangouts, but actually rarely ever join them. There are people who help out with Twitter, and then we have a Slack group, and that's our team. And anybody who wants to join is free to join. And we have quite a few people now on the team that we don't even know, like we've never met them before. We have no idea who they are, but they're on the Slack team, and we let them in, and we start to try to start working together. And Simon Enser is one of the people who is a friend of ours who's been volunteering, and he says that he feels that this engagement helps deepen the ties with people online and at the conference more than you would normally get.
Okay, thank you, Maha. I'm going to talk about what happened there. Oh, yeah, that's participation. That's one we just saw, right?
No, we were on.
Volunteering. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is good. This is the one I'm talking to. I'm talking to. We aim not to disrupt the on-site experience. That was one of the bits of feedback that came from the original ET for Online. In the original ET for Online, it was a complete experiment, and I was all over the place with the camera. And in varying places, people are nodding who were part of this. Since then, we've evolved. And we learned a few lessons. One of the biggest lessons we learned is we try to always do a session, when we do our sessions, that there's a wall behind us so that people don't accidentally walk in that don't mean to be there. And that's something that we didn't think about when we first started. And so part of the thing is we try to make sure that people that are joining us because they want to. So it's their choice to join us, and anybody's free to say no, and for whatever reason. And that's happened a few times too, so that's fine. We're happy with that. We just, if people want to come and talk to us, we want to talk to them. And there's lots of people online that want to hear. I'm going to now pass this one over to Autumn.
I get the fun one.
I know she gets inclusion and criticism.
So this is a big experiment, right? I mean, it just kind of started off with Maha and Rebecca wanting to do something between the two of them, and now it's growing. And we're open to criticism, constructive criticism, and suggestions for improvement. We are continually looking to improve. So, we're really excited that you guys are here with us today. If you've never heard of Virtually Connecting, this is your first time, we're getting ready to do the breakout sessions where you can actually be a part of it, experience it, reflect on it, and let us know, what you guys think of it. How can we be better?
I think I'm just supposed to take this. Okay, so imperfection, which is perfect, because when I said the conversations were so great, and I pointed to only a few of you, I meant to be more inclusive. So here's sort of my imperfection earlier. I'm pointing at all of you now.
I was a little awesome.
We're here. I'm so sorry. We talk all the time, so don't even start. We really just want to have fun. We want a chance to chit chat with our friends, to be spontaneous. I mean, all kinds of silly there, Vaughn. Good job. But some of the best times has been in the more authentic conversations. There are some that have not been streamed online, like one morning over breakfast at my house after there were thunderstorms and Rebecca crashed at the Flower Mountain house. But there are times when it makes sense for those conversations to be live on air and streamed and available for others, and there are times when it's just a chance to talk to colleagues. And I think that's really what this is all about. Imperfections happen, so certainly video can always be edited after the fact.
Although, we rarely do edit, actually. Most of the time, we just embrace them. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, I'm not going to talk very much about this because we want to get on to the actual act of doing some virtually connecting. A bit just about our evolution. So we've existed since April, so we're at month number 7. We began with 2 people. We're now over 30 people at this conference. This conference has actually been quite a significant one in our evolution. In May was the first conference that Whitney was our first international conference at eMOOCs. And we launched our website. That's when we changed our name and branding into Virtually Connecting. And we had a hybrid pedagogy article that went out that talked about the first experiment. In June, we were at 2 additional conferences, and a Prof Hacker article went out, and still by far that's our most sort of famous publication. The Prof Hacker article every now and then gets retweeted and comes out again. And we just actually put a new one out. July, we were at Blend, and then we did an interview. August, DigPed. Now, this is really, the DigPed lab was a transitional time for us. We had a lot more people. It was the first time we were invited in to do a presentation. It was in Bonnie's session, actually. We actually presented about what virtual connecting was, virtually. So we were doing a presentation virtually, and that's where the clip from Maha came from. But we also ran into, we wanted to do so many sessions, but we weren't available for all of them. And suddenly there was a time where neither Maha nor I could make it. And so all of a sudden we're calling on our friends, and Alan Levine is jumping in there. And first time Autumn did a virtually connecting as well, Autumn and AK. First time we did a trailer, because Autumn and AK did a trailer for the virtually connecting. So we did a major evolution in August, and then September we had the Alt-C conference. The significance for me to the Alt-C conference was the fact that I actually met Maha for the first time in person, because she was able to come to the conference for a day. And so we actually got to meet. We also did some other interesting things in September. We did another conference on e-patient engagement, a conference in Queensland, Queen's University of Belfast conference that I was attending. And we had actually approached that quite differently than what we do for Virtually Connecting, because we're talking e-patients, and we weren't sure. First of all, we had to do a lot more training because people were less technically literate, but also had to be careful that people weren't disclosing. So we didn't go live on air with those sessions. We recorded them, and then after the fact went back and got permission from everybody before we published them to go live. So we actually had to do some different processing for that. I think more about how we're going to do that. We're not quite sure where we're going to go forward in that space. There's some definite demand to connect patients with physicians and speak about healthcare issues. We also had a hangout where people we didn't know had reached out to us and said, we want to do a hangout at this digital storytelling conference. I'm like, okay, sure. That's great. So Joe Murphy reached out to us. Maha and neither of us know him. And we didn't know the people, so it's really exciting to see, like, we've now sort of grown to a point where people that we don't know are hearing about us and coming and asking to join us and becoming part of the team, and that's really quite exciting for us. And so this month we've had a presentation at the OLC conference only 2 days ago. Hard to believe that was only 2 days ago. It wasn't yesterday, right?
It's not hard to believe.
Whitney was actually on site for that one. But this conference represents our first embedded conference. We've been involved with the planning of this. Virtually Connecting has been intended to be part of this conference from the very beginning. of the conference when the calls went out and everything like that. And so we've had conversations with organizers. We were, embedded directly into the conference, and you'll see us. We have a room upstairs, room 218. Feel free during any of the breaks if you want to come up and see what's going on with Virtually Connecting. Any of the major coffee breaks, and at 3:30 or at the end of the sessions for the day, we also have sessions upstairs in room 218. And anyone's welcome to join. Okay, so that is, and the other big thing that happened this month is we got our logo. So we got a new logo, and it's absolutely fantastic, and we love it. And I will talk about that in a second. I have another slide that talks about that. So Maha, I wanted to pass over to you to talk about the map.
Yes, and I hope you guys have the map on the screen, even when I'm talking.
Yes, we do.
So originally we started out international, right, Rebecca and me? But as we started to do more conferences on different time zones, we started to have people from Australia and more people from Europe, and we have someone from Singapore as well. And so we're missing South America, but we're going to get there. And Greenland, Alan Levine reminded me. But we're starting to grow a lot, and that helps a lot with coordination, is that you have people awake at different times who can manage things that are happening at different times. And next slide.
Yes, we're getting the signal to speed up, so we need to move on to the...
Yes, we need to move on. So, and these are the buddies that are for this time around. And we're going to go to the breakout sessions in just a second so that people can get to talk to different people. So just one more slide, and then we're moving. Yeah.
Yeah, special thank you to Ezra Malak for the design of our amazing logo. We went through many iterations back and forth and discussions to come to this logo, but we love it. And to Alan Levine for updating the website with the new logo and changing the colors so it actually matches and looks really pretty. We're at virtuallyconnecting.org, by the way. That's the website. And if you're tweeting about us, please tweet with the @ sign, so @VConnecting as opposed to #VConnecting. So @VConnecting. All right, now we're going to break out into groups and actually give it a try. You have a choice. You can go to one of these different groups. One of these 4 groups. The first group is going to be with Whitney, and where are you located? In that back corner. And they're going to be discussing the keynote from earlier this morning entitled The Garden and the Scream, the Technosporia with Mike Caulfield, who is around somewhere, I think. All right, we're going to have to go find him, or send someone to find him. Second group 2 is with Andrea. Right. We're not doing very well with this room, people. Our Patrice, I can't see. My vision is really sucky. Okay. And that's with Bonnie Stewart, and I guess Bonnie's right there.
I'm here.
Lee.
Right here.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, and group 3 is with Autumn and Otherly. Yes. All right. So we're just trying to figure out what's going on with the Bonnie group.
Okay, great. So virtual people or people who are watching, you can start clicking on those links in your emails now. So we sent out links on the email with join link. Don't share that, but use it to log in. And we sent out the watch link that other people can use to watch us. So I'm gonna send those out now so people can watch.
So Maha, I think we might jump into Bonnie's group with my laptop. I think.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I don't know where Andrea or you're not in the room.
Oh, you can't find Andrea. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah.
So everything's in your email. Can you check? Do you want me to send that? Do you want me to send you the join link to your Facebook?
Or do we want to just do this one, or are we going to go on a different one? Or do you guys want to do a join?
Oh, okay. No, because there's someone else facilitating that. So I'm going to send you. So let's just end this hangout. We'll end this hangout.
Can you send the link? Can you send that? How do we send the link? How do we get the link to you? What's your email?
Put it in.
You don't need anybody's email.
Can you put the join link in Slack?
Rebecca, I'm just going to give it to you on your Facebook, yeah?
No, it's not going to be my computer. It's not going to be my computer, so if you can put it in...
Who should I send it to? Who's?
Lee Wolf.
I don't have her anything. I have her email. Shall I send it to her
Graves
email?
at Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah, send it.
Lee.
Yeah.
No, just what? Graves. I don't think I have her email. Okay, Slack. I'm going to use Slack.
Caulfield,
I can't.
do one there.
I'm going to use Slack because I can't find her. I'm going to put her on the DLearn channel.
Jump on
Okay?
it. She's going to put the DLearn channel in Slack.
There.
There it is.
There we go.
There we go.
Do I need to? Is that Lee's computer? So are you still staying here?
Yeah. I'm just stopping here so we're getting organized, but it looks like she's in. Are you in? You guys in now?
Yep.
You guys are in? Okay, you're in. So I'm just standing in the back corner. It looks like Michael Caulfield and group are in. So group 1 is in, group 2 is in, and I think group 3 is with Autumn and they're in. So all of the groups are in and I'm by myself at the front.
Okay, good. So stay with me a while. I can turn off the broadcasting and still. Yep, okay.